compassion. It's a word that embodies kindness, empathy, and understanding. But what many of us don't realize is that compassion holds a deeper power, a healing power that can transform not only our lives, but the lives of those around us. At its core, compassion is about seeing the suffering of others and responding with an open heart. It's the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and offer kindness, even when it's not easy. But what makes compassion so special is how it heals, not just the person receiving it, but also the one giving it. You see, when we act with compassion, we open up a channel for healing energy. Think about it. When someone shows us genuine kindness during a difficult time, doesn't it feel like a balm to the soul? It doesn't take away the challenges we're facing, but it makes the journey lighter. That's the healing power of compassion. But compassion goes beyond just helping others. It has a profound impact on our own well-being, too. Studies have shown that practicing compassion boosts our mental health, lowers stress levels, and even strengthens our immune system. When we give from a place of genuine care, it releases feel-good hormones like oxytocin, often referred to as the love hormone. These hormones create a sense of connection and peace within us. In fact, compassion can be seen as a form of spiritual medicine. It nurtures the soul, dissolving feelings of isolation and separation. When we show compassion, we are essentially recognizing the oneness of all beings, that deep down, we are all connected by the same experiences of joy, pain, love, and suffering. Compassion bridges that gap, bringing us closer to others and helping to heal wounds that often go unnoticed. Let's take a moment to reflect on this. How many times have you been comforted by someone's kindness, even in the smallest ways? Maybe a stranger smiled at you when you were having a rough day, or a loved one offered a few words of encouragement when you were feeling low. These moments may seem small, but they have a ripple effect. They touch our hearts, uplift our spirits, and remind us that we're not alone. Compassion, in all its forms, reminds us that there is always a thread of connection between us. Now, let's talk about the relationship between compassion and forgiveness. They are closely tied because true compassion allows us to forgive. When we feel wronged, our first instinct is often to protect ourselves or to retaliate. But compassion helps us step outside of our pain and understand the suffering of the other person. It doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but it does allow us to see the humanity in them. This shift in perspective helps us let go of resentment and begin the process of healing. Think about it. How often do we carry anger, frustration, or bitterness toward others? These feelings weigh us down, keeping us stuck in the past. Compassion, on the other hand, is a liberating force. When we can extend understanding toward others, we release that heavy emotional burden and make space for healing. And this healing isn't just for the other person, it's for ourselves too. One of the most important aspects of compassion is that it's not limited to others. Self-compassion is just as vital, if not more so. How many times do we beat ourselves up over mistakes, shortcomings, or perceived failures? That harsh inner voice keeps us stuck in a cycle of shame and guilt. But self-compassion? It's the antidote. It's the voice within that says, "It's okay, you're doing the best you can, and you deserve kindness too." Self-compassion is crucial because we often forget to extend the same grace to ourselves that we so readily offer to others. We're our own harshest critics. But when we practice self-compassion, we allow ourselves to heal. We stop the inner war and replace it with peace and understanding. You give yourself permission to rest, to make mistakes, and to grow from them. Self-compassion isn't about letting yourself off the hook. It's about holding yourself with the same love and care you would offer to a dear friend. It's about understanding that you are worthy of kindness, no matter what. Let's explore this further. Self-compassion doesn't mean complacency or avoiding responsibility. It means acknowledging your humanity and allowing yourself to make mistakes without endless self-punishment. When you extend compassion toward yourself, you also set the foundation for growth and change. You can face your flaws, not with shame, but with the understanding that you are always learning and evolving. And when you treat yourself with kindness, it becomes easier to extend that same kindness to others. So how can we cultivate more compassion in our daily lives? One way is through mindful awareness. Start by simply observing the people around you, without judgment, and recognizing that every person has their own battles, their own struggles. When someone cuts you off in traffic or says something hurtful, instead of reacting with anger or frustration, take a moment to consider what they might be going through. Maybe they're having a hard day, or maybe they're dealing with something much deeper. By choosing compassion, you not only soften your own heart, but also create space for healing in that moment. This practice of mindful awareness doesn't just apply to strangers, it applies to your close relationships as well. In moments of conflict, instead of letting emotions take over, pause. Ask yourself, what might this person be experiencing right now? What pain or struggle could be influencing their behavior? Compassion allows us to approach situations with a softer heart and a clearer mind, making room for connection rather than division. Another practice is to regularly engage in loving kindness meditation. In this form of meditation, you silently repeat phrases like, "May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free from suffering," first directing these thoughts toward yourself, then toward others. Over time, this practice trains the mind to naturally respond with compassion, not just during meditation, but in your daily interactions. It expands your capacity to love, even in difficult situations, and fosters a deeper sense of connection with the world around you. And here's something crucial. Compassion is a practice. It's not something that comes effortlessly all the time, especially in moments of stress or anger. But the more you consciously choose compassion, the more natural it becomes. It's like a muscle that strengthens with use. The more you flex it, the more expansive your heart becomes. But here's a powerful truth. Compassion is a healer because it's rooted in love. And love, in its purest form, has the ability to heal all wounds. When we act from a place of compassion, we are offering love in a world that often feels disconnected. We are creating moments of light in the darkness. And in doing so, we not only heal ourselves but also contribute to the collective healing of the world. Imagine for a moment a world where compassion is at the forefront of our interactions. A world where we approach each other with understanding rather than judgment, with kindness rather than anger. This vision may seem far off, but it starts with each of us. Every act of compassion, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what we can see. So how will you bring more compassion into your life today? Maybe it's by offering a listening ear to a friend, practicing patience with someone who frustrates you, or simply being kinder to yourself. Whatever it is, know that your compassion is powerful. It heals, it transforms, and it elevates the energy of everyone it touches. Before we close, take a moment to reflect on this. Compassion is not just a nice idea. It's a vital practice for the soul. It's the doorway to healing both for ourselves and for the world. Let's commit to walking through that door together. Thank you for joining me in today's exploration of compassion. If this message resonated with you, please give the video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content that nurtures the soul. Together, we can create a more compassionate and connected world. Until next time, take care of yourself and others with kindness, and others with kindness and love.